All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live this Thursday, September 10th. Wow, time is flying. Without further ado, let's go to the charts. Oh, wait, one announcement. Oh, my bad. Let me pause that. One quick announcement. I will be publishing an article today or tomorrow. It's in its proofreading stages. It only took me 2 months to write it. And I'll finally be publishing another post on the Tone Vays blog. So keep an eye out for that. I will, of course, tweet it out once I publish it. All right, just a quick peek at the hyperwave status of Bitcoin. And it's just, a bird's eye view on what's going on. And we're getting close to what I am expecting is a breakout of the bull market. Now, I have this arrow beginning at the very end of the year. Now, granted, when I put these arrows in, obviously I expected Bitcoin to pull back one more time. And instead we went up, which is fine. And now we're coming down a little bit. So it's still possible for Bitcoin to come into this area over here, but way below, not way below, but below 10,000 down to 9 or 8 before the big breakout. I will continue to stand by the bull market. See, it's easy to be a bull because everyone is always a bull and everyone expects Bitcoin to go up. That's why we hodl Bitcoin and we don't hodl any other shit coins. You just use those to trade. So for me, the bull market began right here off of this low. That's when the bull market started for me, though. Yeah, that was slightly higher. And we did go up pretty quickly and pretty fast, but not as quickly or as fast as we did in 2019. Now, this is why after the 2019 run up, I always expected a big catastrophic drop, and we had that. This time, we did not go up as high nor as fast as we did in 2019. We've also had another year of the bear market under our belt, and we also moved past the halving. So we have completely, we have cut the new Bitcoins in circulation supply by half. So all these factors is what's going to prevent Bitcoin from having another catastrophic crash like what happened back in March. So I'm not expecting it. Is it possible for Bitcoin to crash all the way down to 6K? It's possible, but it is very, very unlikely. I just can't see it. A crash down to 7K is more realistic, though still somewhat unlikely. But something like 8 or 9,000 is both realistic and possible. So that's where I will consider the realistic worst case scenario, somewhere in that $8,000 range. Here's the weekly look on a more tradable chart. And we can still see that the oscillators are not looking all that bullish. A lot of stuff is getting ready to cross over. Now, of course, if we rally from here, these things may never cross over, and then we're back in a full bull look. Right now, you have 4 levels of support at $9,000. And I would love to see Bitcoin fall to $9,000 because right now that's where I have the majority of my limit buy orders set. Now, I did buy in a little bit into Bitcoin on a intermediate term trade basis, when it fell down to just below 10K last week. But I'm waiting to load up on the rest at 9,000, or I will wait till we get back over 11,000, though I have to look at lower level timeframes to give a more exact number. But you have lots of support right here at 9,000. Actually, don't need my video. So here's the daily chart. My computer restarted. So, hey guys, I might be getting my new computer. I'm a little skeptical, but that's my nature. So when I decided to order that computer from Amazon because Asus main website always has it as sold out. It always had it as sold out, but Amazon apparently had it. And I checked the spec 100 times, and it's the exact same spec that I need. So when I ordered it from Amazon, it said it will be delivered in November. But for some reason, it's now being delivered on Monday. And I'm very, very skeptical whether they're going to send me the right computer. I'm getting something on Monday, but let's see if the spec is what I need. Otherwise, I'm going to be very mad at Amazon because I hate going through a trouble of shipping shit back to Amazon. So, and my the bill was $4,000. It was a $4,000 computer. So if that shit doesn't work, then maybe I should just stop doing YouTube. Okay, so BitMEX funding rate is still slightly favoring the bulls. Oh, wait. Let's just go through the oscillators. The Arun isn't very helpful to us because it crossed over way too high. So it did indicate a short trade, and it did time it well. But I'm not a huge fan of entering these things when they cross at a high level. But that's just me. The RSI has not officially bottomed out yet. So I'm not really bullish based on the RSI look. The MACD is still pretty bearish. The ADX is still telling you to stay with the bearish trade, has not yet told you otherwise. And the CMF has crossed into positive territory on the daily chart. The triangle, which was looking like it was breaking down a few days ago, has recovered. And at this point, I would no longer use a triangle to describe the current situation. We are in full-blown consolidation mode. It is straight consolidation. Let me delete this. And I don't like this thickness and the color. And this just makes more sense. Okay, here we go. So we are in full-blown consolidation between, we're once again, oh wow, we just gone up. We're back to 10,400, which though 11,400 was the other one. So we're at the high end of this range. It's debatable if the range is more like this or like that. I'm going to put it like that. 990 is a good number because it gets us under the $10,000 area, 9990. And the upper bound, I'm going to lower the upper bound to here. So we are right at the upper bound, which is 10,500. And that's our lower bound is just below 10. So that's very interesting. I really want to look at it from the 4-hour perspective. If we can break above 10,500, then I will certainly be a lot more bullish than I was yesterday. The $11,000 area is the real key area because that was the area of the initial breakdown. So getting back to the 11,000 area is something I anticipated, about a week ago, and that didn't happen. That can still happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide these arrows over, all of them, because the idea of the future direction has not changed. We are still on path for a potential back test of the original breakdown area. So that's the new 4-hour chart. So nothing has actually changed. The make or break zone for Bitcoin would be a back test of the $11,000 area. So this is why I'm looking at the short term. The breakout above 10.5 is very likely to send us to the $11,000 area, but that area will be very critical resistance. By the way, I'm not doing so great on my bet. I have now lost 52 days. It looked like I was going to win day 51 because with 1 hour to go in the day, we were under 10,000. But then it rallied in the last hour or two of the day. So that's another day lost. I am now down 52 days out of 90. Thank you for the person that made me the script. I know who you are. And it's a way for me to keep track whether I am going to lose my bet that Bitcoin will close the year 90 days above 10,000. I still think it's going to be close, because if we do fall below 10,000 and stay there, we can stay there for a month or two, in which case the year is going to be close to an end. Here is that daily chart. And like in the other chart, I'm expecting the big breakout to come very early next year. So I think next year is going to be amazing for Bitcoin. I'm not expecting, I never expected the break of all-time high this year. I didn't even expect the break of 14,000 this year, though we came close. And I don't know if I'm expecting the break of 20,000 next year. I will have to, write up my article the first week of January, what my outlook for the year is based on where we are in January. But it's certainly possible that we break 20K next year. At the moment, I am not ready to make that call yet. The arrow certainly looks like it, right? The arrow takes us into 20,000 by May, but after that, the thing is, it's very likely that we get rejected at 10,000 and have a pullback back to this 14, 15 area. And then we now have to take some time and get back above 20,000. Either way, I am definitely looking to hold more BTC than I spend for the foreseeable future, because I am expecting prices to rise. There we go. Okay, that's Bitcoin. I removed some tabs, guys. GBTC is getting its premium back. I tried adding the premium for QBTC, but I have to, I need a whole new Pine script. Bitcoin dominance isn't doing too well because of all the stupid in DeFi. And if you guys have seen my Twitter, I still use CoinMarketCap only because it's easy for me to remember. And all of a sudden, we have a new entry into the top 10. Polkadot just shows up. I was writing my article on decentralization, and I took a look at the top 10, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Came out of nowhere, ended up in the top 10. I don't know if it ever had a price before last week. I have no idea. I mean, I don't pay attention to all these scams. They're all the same, and it's the same people too. This is Gavin Wood. This is like his scam number 8. He should be up there now that we have a space for the Scammy Awards, the Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award. Gavin Wood might actually be up there now. It's I think Craig Wright won last year. I don't remember if Craig Wright won or McAfee won. I think Craig Wright won. So if you win a Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award, you're not going to be in the running again. So a space has opened up, and Gavin Wood might be a nominee. I mean, they just make shit up. This one is supposed to be. You need a blockchain and money to connect other blockchains and money. It's and then when you have enough polka dots, when you have 8 different blockchains that connect other blockchains, I'm sure someone is going to write a white paper to connect the blockchains that connect blockchains, because there'll be too many of those. Yeah, like if you look at this list, it's starting to be very, very like, it's freaking scary how dumb people are. Look, Chainlink is still number 5. That's how ridiculous this insanity is. BSV is still in the top 10. Not that anything here is better than BSV. So it's man, this really, like looking at this, you can't help but laugh, right? Like how silly should Zcash people feel with 30 other scams like ahead of them? Like it's where the hell is Monero? There it is, number 18. Like, geez. Wow. Like, it's funny how these projects that are like again, who remembers Decred? How revolutionary that was supposed to be, because it was by a couple of developers that wrote something for Bitcoin. I called this bullshit out right away. Man. This is just the top 100. There's like 8,000 of this nonsense. Anyway, all right, let's get back. Gold. Gold's rallying mostly because I think the US dollar is crashing. Let me see. We're going to go look at the dollar. We'll look at Tesla, Amazon and Tesla. Sorry, Apple and Tesla first, but then we're going to look at the dollar. Yeah, so Tesla has rallied nicely off this low. This was the low I suggested was the early low. I did not buy because it, I don't know, I didn't have my trading account open, didn't have my limit order set. So it's rallying up again, but it's in this tough spot where did it have a monster top? And this is like that return to range area. So let's see if it turns around. For now, the market is rallying mostly because people are afraid of the dollar. So the dollar took a bit of a nosedive the last couple of days. And let's see where that goes. The dollar is consolidating along the bottom. By the way, I'm still testing the MRI, and we're getting close. I do plan to release it at the end of the month and teach a workshop on how to use it. We're getting closer. Okay, so here's the dollar. Sorry, I had to read some messages. By the way, if there's any good questions, and I have some moderators, feel free to put them in our Telegram group. This is us testing the MRI. So here's the S&P 500. The S&P 500 tops for the third consecutive time with the MRI. And the third time it happened, third time was definitely the charm. And it took the market down pretty well off the open on a daily scale. 6.5% in 3 days. Rebounded a smidge earlier. I really thought it can touch the 50 period moving average. It just missed it. It did bounce right off the support line, the MRI support line. Here is the futures market on the weekly scale. And on the weekly scale, there was an MRI top as well. The first one, actually, on a weekly scale. Wow, look at that. The first MRI top on a weekly scale. That's interesting. So probably a 1 to 4 week correction, and then probably more upside. I want to see if there was a weekly MRI top on the cash market as well, and there was. So they are in line. By the way, there will be multi-time frame embedded in this. That's what we're working on now. So right here, this was an MRI top the week of August 31st. If I go to the daily scale, this is within the week of August 31st. So what will happen is, because this daily MRI top was inside a weekly MRI top, you should have a little plus sign above the 3, indicating that, hey, this top is actually inside another top. And we will see if we're going to do that on any candle, notifying you that there's a higher level top with the MRI. And that would, of course, be, you'll have a toggle where do you want to see it or you don't want to see it, because I'm not going to spam every single candle with higher level timeframes. All right, oil also tops with the MRI and turns down on the weekly scale. Or about the daily scale? Oh, the daily scale, we are at a buying opportunity with the MRI right now. Interesting. Good thing I checked. So let's see how this works out. Yeah, I can't wait to release this by end of month. And then I'm gonna teach an entire 4 or 6 hour workshop just teaching people how to read the MRI indicator. Penn and DraftKings. What's Penn? Never heard of it. All right, so Penn is at MRI extension C. So that means that right here, that's this C belongs to this, and this C belongs to that. So we have exhausted the C count. So the B count's coming soon. That is a reversal candle. That's the daily chart. Whatever this is, they've done well. Holy shit, this thing was a $3 stock. It went from 3 all the way to 62. I'm not all that bullish right here. I think this is a classic way of how shit tops. Because you think you topped over here, and then this happens, and that is a monster reversal candle. So I would not be surprised if this thing has short-term topped. I would not, I mean, if I was holding this, I would strongly consider taking profit. Would I short it? I'd have to wait for this candle to end. This is like generally how things top. If you, well, check out the affiliate page if you want to support. But if you go to learn trading and you look at the candlesticks, you have one of these shooting star candles right now and something I call potentially like an abandoned island, like this, or like this, but in reverse. So tomorrow, if this thing starts to drop or opens down here below 60, that could be an indication of a top. And you are on the extension C after several MRI tops. I would be very, very careful here. If I was an active trader, I'd watch this. I mean, this thing went up way too far and way too fast. I don't know what the fundamentals are. Maybe they're going to revolutionize gaming. I don't know. But I would not want to be long this at this point because it can pull back. I mean, I'm a momentum trader. I mean, my perfect opportunity to buy this stock would be like right here. Just like there's no way I would be, oh wow, look at that. It bottoms right with the MRI. Shit. Oh boy. Amazing how this happens. Now it didn't happen here, but here we were breaking the support line. And then boom. Perfect. Look at that perfect low. Wow. But then again, it also happened with COVID. So everything had a lot of things had a perfect low. Happened to align with the MRI here. And I mean, this would have been hard to buy. Everyone's panicking. You think the world's going to end. But here's where it's a lot easier to buy. Especially if I zoom out. I like this chart. Right here, look at this beautiful breakout right there. Man. Right at 40, around $38, $40. You've consolidated for about 4 months. You're consolidated at prior, I don't know if it's an all-time high, but it's a critical high. Let me see. Might be an all-time high. I don't know when this thing IPO'd. I don't know if it was around in the 2000 tag boom. Yeah, all-time high right there. Yeah, right around this breakout here. So look, it tops both times with the MRI. And then this breakout just says, oh, wow. And it's a weekly MRI top. Oh, yeah. No. I would I would be very, I mean, I don't want to say, I mean, I hate saying the word short an asset that has just gone from $3 to 60. There's nothing stopping it from going to 600 next week. But man, if the stars have ever aligned on a potential top in an exponentially rising asset, this is it. This is your weekly top. And inside that weekly top, we have a daily top, though it's not one of these, but the extension C is also very good. A, I don't pay attention to as much, but B and C are relevant. Wow, I spent way too much time on this, but it's interesting. I should add it to my list and try to remember to. I mean, I'm gonna forget about this thing by next week, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Nothing to say on DraftKings really, but it's looking like that same thing. Like if you look at Penn, you see what I mean right here? You had a top, you had a big pullback, and then you had this consolidation. It's like a cup and handle. And DraftKings is, doing something similar. So I can definitely see DraftKings just breaking out like crazy from 40 all the way to like 80. I can see that happening. People have nothing better to do than to sit at home and gamble. Government's paying them, so. Yeah, I don't know what Penn is. I mean, I know how DraftKings relates to NFL, but I have no idea how Penn relates to NFL. But the chart looks good. But DraftKings is way more bullish to me than Penn, because Penn looks like it, topped. But DraftKings looks like it's ready to break out. I mean, if they're correlated and they're in the same industry, it's not a bad spread trade. If you go long DraftKings and short Penn, then if they both go up, then you don't really lose anything. If they both go down, you don't lose anything. But right now, DraftKings looks like it's more bullish than Penn because Penn looks like it's topped. BNTX, never heard of it. Some kind of biotech? No comment, really. I got rejected at 100 a couple of times. That's about it. Tops on extension C, trend extension C. Yeah, no comment. Canaan? Yeah, here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart bottomed perfectly with the MRI. And the daily chart, I mean, it's just consolidating. Look, I still think Canaan can do well. I know their cash flow. I know their profit isn't all that great. How's Norwegian doing? Norwegian's rising. Crazy how the stock went to $26 back in June. But now, oh, maybe it's back up. Maybe the cruise lines are finally coming back. Though everyone is like so scared of, wow, Royal Caribbean's doing well. It's done the best. It's done better than Norwegian. See, Royal Caribbean is back to that June high. Norwegian is not. Movie theaters still haven't opened. Is that Groupon? Did they reverse split? Okay, they did. All right, I was about to say, no way Groupon went from like $1 to $34. Holy shit. 1 for 20. Damn. Wait, I don't recall Groupon being a 20 cents, like a 50-cent stock. That's what this would imply. I thought it was only down to like $2. So if it's a 1 for 20 split. Oh, Groupon. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of GoPro, not Groupon. My bad. So where's GoPro? I can't find it. G Pro. Yeah, I was thinking of GoPro. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's what I remember it going down to $2. And then I went to 5. All right. Anyway, what else we got? Zillow, ticker Z. I didn't even know they were publicly traded. Whoa, look at that. I didn't see that coming. Had no idea it was such a... well, first of all, I didn't know it went up from $20 all the way to 90. And I didn't even know it was publicly traded. No comment. It's gone up a lot, but... Oh, okay, comment. The weekly, it's topped with the MRI right there. Now, I would have been very interested in the short trade off of this giant candle. Look at this, MRI top, extension B top, and reversal candle. But it was a double top, and the double tops I'm not a fan of. This is not a double top. This is the weekly scale. We did go a little bit higher next week, the following week, and now it's trending kind of down. I think this thing needs a pullback. A reasonable pullback would be down to this area of $65. VIX. Well, VIX is rising. VIX weekly bottoms with the MRI, just like it did back here. Tops with the MRI as well. Daily. Tops with the MRI. Bottoms not perfectly, but it consolidated. Yeah, it looks like VIX is coming down. Short term. So this is the conflict, right? So here on September 8th, VIX tops with the MRI. But on a weekly scale, on September 8th, so September 8th is here, so it missed it by one candle, by one day. So by one day, you had a VIX MRI bottom signaling that VIX would rise, as the daily saying VIX would fall. So they missed each other by one day. So it's a bit of a conflict. Overstock. Weekly chart tops with extension A and B combination a few weeks following an MRI top, but this would have been, like, to me, this should have been the top, but it obviously went higher, so my stop loss would have gotten hit, would have lost money on that trade. Right here, I would have expected a top, but it went higher, and there was no indication there. But look, perfectly bottoms with the MRI. So right now, I would be short-term bullish. And this is no longer, this isn't really all that helpful because you don't really have a, man, it pulled back 50%. Jesus. This thing fell 50% in a matter of days. Wow. Yeah, it was definitely overvalued. And now it's probably went down too far too fast. What about the monthly chart? Nothing yet. Yeah, if you have my old indicator, which wasn't exactly TD, but people were confusing it, which is why I'm making sure that there's no more confusion. So MRI is the way we're going to go in the future. If you have the old one, it'll still function. And I will explain all the differences in how MRI works, and then you can compare to sequential or TD or TI or whatever you like. But MRI is going to be what I will be using going forward because it has the backhand math is very similar to what TD has, but not exactly the same. And I need to explain the differences. How's Tilray doing? Tilray dropped a bit. Man, this stock used to be $300. Oh, look at that. Look at the red arrows right there at the top. I'm not a big fan of this candle to mark the top, but it is a bit on an island, so that makes sense. And Amazon's now coming back. All right, guys. We can look at stocks all day. I thought I took a look at Carnival, like with the rest of the... Oh, gold on the monthly chart. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's the MRI top on gold. So that's a bit concerning. 1 to 4 month correction and then more upside maybe. Well, I'm still anticipating gold to come down to that 1750 range. That's my target. Is it wise to be sitting on cash? I'd rather sit on Bitcoin than cash. Well, here are all of the cruise liners. They're trying to rally back to their June tops, so they're doing better. Here's Carnival. I mean, people are starting to see, people want to start traveling again, but the government isn't going to let them. The government is going to keep pushing fear that they're going to die from corona, which they won't, because your chances of dying, if you're healthy, are almost zero. And though most people that take cruises are older and more vulnerable to dying from corona, but either way, the government is not going to let you freely travel anymore, and probably ever. I can see travel industry getting decimated because every government will demand tracking software on your phone. They'll demand you prove vaccination. They'll demand you do a health test before you travel, and all these travel restrictions will make people not travel. So it's unfortunate that, but like in my mind, I envision how every single government bureaucrat that only sits in their office wants to be like North Korea, where you're not allowed to leave your village without a government escort. So they can just watch everything you do. That is how I'm picturing the future of travel, where you have so many restrictions to leave your village that no one wants to fucking go anywhere. I don't want to look at Ethereum, guys. It's irrelevant to look at Ethereum. The stupidity of DeFi and yield farming will skew the price of Ethereum. Oh, there'll be government registration for everything. I mean, I'm not surprised that eventually you need a government pass to go to the store and buy your groceries. No comment on Square. It didn't top with the MRI, and it's doing like everything else is doing. Weekly chart. I mean, Square is doing well, right? They went up from $30 to 170 since COVID. So did top on extension C on a weekly. Everything is pulling back a little bit. I don't like buying stuff in this area. Either I catch the dip or I buy a new all-time high. I mean, those are my options. I don't buy in between. I don't buy in the middle. I don't buy between the dip and the all-time high. I never buy that zone. Like, I would never buy this zone here. If either I buy it near the low as it's reversing, or I buy the breakout here at 85. I don't buy at 65. So if I did not buy below 50, I would never buy it at 65. I would wait till it got to 85 and then buy 85. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. Well, Tone, you're an idiot. You're buying at 85 when you could have bought at 65. But at 65, I'm guessing. Here, I have a reason to buy. Here, I'm also somewhat guessing, but at least I'm buying it at a pretty depressed price because I'm trying to time the reversal in trend. But when I'm here in the middle of no man's land, I don't touch the asset. And right now, it feels a little more like no man's land if you go to the daily chart. To me, well, not really. It still feels like the bounce off the low, but there was nothing here that would have gotten me in. It's only $10 higher, so it's not bad. If I'm doing anything with this, I would be buying instead of selling. But that decision is up to the trader. All right, guys, I can do this all day, but I need to finish proofreading my article so I can release it. That's what I've been doing like an entire week. Stan, thank you so much for your generous super chat. And if you guys want to support, well, you can read Learn Trading for free. That's my free section. But if you want to support, please check out the on-demand videos for Introduction to Technical Analysis, Risk Management, and for those that trade options trading. Pretty soon, I will teach a workshop on the MRI indicator. So we'll get that up and running. So you can, I'll probably reword some of this, but check it out. Wrote this copy like a few months ago. We'll need to double check that. And if you just want to support, check out the affiliate page. People are starting to invite me to conferences. I have not filled out this calendar in quite a while. And maybe I should fill this out with what I am doing. Also, the conferences haven't officially announced, but let me get together with my organizer, and I still got to change a few things. So we're scheduled for April, but until we sign the documents with the venue, these are last year's speakers, guys. I'm going to try to get all of them back. I'll do my best. Can't guarantee it. And right now we're scheduled for April. And here is, back of the napkin view on the agenda. The poker tournament's being moved to Thursday because Sunday didn't work out. Thursday night. Conference is going to be 2 days this year, Thursday and Friday. But we're going to start later in the day around 11. so people can sleep in. It is Vegas. We will hold some free workshops earlier in the morning before the conference. Attend if you like. And Sunday will be just like a fun day for those that don't fly out early in the day. So we'll just be having fun that day. And ignore these locations. Well, the D Hotel will probably stay, but the carnivory dinner, the poker tournament, the pinball, all that will probably change. We haven't gotten to it yet. All right. This is last year's agenda, last year's videos, last year's pictures, maybe even 2 years ago. Looks like 2 years ago pictures. All right. And we got to look for some sponsors. Unlike last year, I would like for this event to maybe break even at least. Can you check rig? All right, guys, come on. Oh, God. I remember buying this stock and making money on it. Jeez, right here. Oh, my God. Wow. Yeah, I remember doing really well on this trade. I mean, I bought over here. I bought right off the samurai bottom. I bought into rig, pretty leveraged. And this was beautiful. I got out of that trade so nicely. Right around here. I think I might have gotten out of it the next day. I think I missed this day and shit, I'm an idiot. And I got out of this day. There's just too much of a rise. And I can't believe this thing is down to $1. Holy shit. Wow. And this was great. This was a daily MRI buy at the end of April. I think it was a weekly as well, which is why I took that trade. Yep, right here. Oh, that was March. Sorry, I got in over here. So it wasn't, the weekly was earlier. Wow, that's bad. I did not expect that. Wow, I have nothing to say on that. Nvidia's a $500 stock. Holy shit! Oh my God! Again, I had no idea. Wow. Wow, see, that's your beautiful buying opportunity. This was a trade I must have done on NVIDIA. And I think, oh, this was the perfect trade because this thing ends here. And that's exactly where it was in the range. It was a range trade. But look how it broke out. I love buying breakouts. I totally missed the breakout, though. I took my consolidation trade, and that worked. We can delete these now. Jeez. And that is a nasty candle on a weekly scale. Let's see daily. Please tell me that's an MRI top. It's not. Too bad. All these charts look the same, but that was a monster run up. Wow. Wow. All right. Hey, guys, I can't do this forever. I got to get back to my article. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one, guys. Bye.